When can a driver qualify for split sleeper, and when can they not? This is the second video in our three-part series about split sleeper. To fully understand how split sleeper works, you need to watch all three. In the first video, we introduced you to the basic rules of split sleeper. We will remind you of only one of them, the one which most often confuses drivers. The long period of split sleeper must be continuous, uninterrupted SB. No off, no PC. The short period can be on SB or off, no on duty. PC can be used without a problem. Please remember this, because not knowing this rule can cause a lot of trouble. When can a driver qualify for split sleeper? In general, to qualify for split sleeper, at least one of the two following criteria must be met. First, to have an off or SB period longer than 2 hours in your current driving workday. Second, at the end of your work period, you must have less than 11 hours of driving for the day. Let me show you these two criteria on a real logbook. Imagine this is your logbook. First, as we said, you must have an off or SB period longer than 2 hours. In this example, you have no such period. The only off or SB period you have is only 40 minutes. Second, as we said, at the end of your work period, you must have less than 11 hours of driving for the day. In this example, you have 11 hours, meaning you don't qualify for split sleeper. Neither criteria is fulfilled. The software will not give you the right to split sleeper. Now, for practice, we're going to change the graph. In this case, criteria number 1 is fulfilled. You have an SB or off period longer than 2 hours. Congratulations, you qualify for split sleeper. You have to do 8 hours of SB and split sleeper will be done. Let's change your log again. In this case, criteria number 2 is fulfilled. You have less than 11 hours of driving during your working period, which makes you qualify for split sleeper. Let's practice. Let's look at some random logs and decide together whether these drivers qualify for split sleeper or not. Yes, this log has more than a 2-hour period. And yes, it is under 11 hours. Next example. No, this log doesn't have more than a 2-hour period. Yes, it is under 11 hours. But let's be clear, you only need one of the two criteria for split sleeper to work, not both. Now let's clarify something important. In the example you saw, your working day coincides with the calendar day. So you can easily see how many hours you have been driving. But very often, the work day and the calendar day do not match. You start your work day on that calendar day and end it on the next. The math should only be done for that current workday. So, first, ignore the driving from the previous workday. Then count how many hours of driving you have from the current workday. In these cases, you have to count your hours by yourself. The logbook will not assist you. Remember this well. When doing the math, you are not looking at the calendar days, but your current working day. That's all. In the third video, we will describe how you can predict the amount of driving hours that the logbook will give you after completing Split Sleeper. The log will give you a different amount of hours every time, and to be able to plan your trip, you need to predict how many hours you will receive.